Hey Peaches, it's your girl Della LaShawn. How are you guys doing? Today I wanted to come talk to you about a quick topic about the grind. I posted a picture on my Instagram earlier about when I was private chefing one time in Scottsdale, Arizona. At the time, no one really knew, but people close that I had really took a break from LA. I took like a 90-day break and moved back to Arizona for like 90 days. I was going through so much. I was stressed out and I just needed a break. And I went to go stay with a friend for a moment and got my own apartment really quick there. I rented an apartment for 3 months and stayed there for 3 months and did a lot of private chefing while I was there for a couple of judges and professional people while I was there. And the grind was real, okay? I barely had food to eat. I was broke. I mean, I was going through, but nobody really knew it. People close. And what I stated on my photo was, you can't cheat the grind. It totally knows how much you've invested in it, like for real. And that's real. That's 100. And I want to come talk to you about that really quickly because, social media has a lot of people fooled. They think because you don't see it, it's not happening. And that's so far from the truth. You have your social media grind and then you have your street grind. People don't really talk a lot about the street grind, because a lot of people are ashamed of it, or a lot of people don't want you to know, or, they just want to put on this persona on social media that, they're winning just by social media. But a lot of it is not real. And I wanted to talk to you about that. Like, the street grind is real. If you don't have a street grind, I feel some kind of way about you, because you can't just do one thing and think that's going to just take you where you need to go, where your dreams are headed, where your dreams and aspirations are trying to go, rather. Let me explain a little bit about my street grind. Many of you didn't know, like, I've been living in LA now for like 5 years. It's going on 5 years as of next month. Woohoo! I made it over the 2-year hump, though, because LA is hard. And if you can't make it over 2 years, because the first 2 years is the hardest. It's like a marriage, okay? It's so rocky and shaky and real out here, because you think you done came from somewhere else and you about to have it popping and doing all that. Baby, please, everybody's a star up in this town, okay? The homeless guy on the street is a star, okay? And he knows it, and everybody in this town knows it. So you really have to grind, and you really have to get past that 2 year. And then, speaking of the grind and 2 years, the city is one of the most expensive cities to live in the country, right? I think New York. I don't even know if we beat New York. I know we were with New York and San Francisco. But anywho, so that means the rent is hella high, okay? And I think for a studio apartment, you running 13 and up, 1,500, 3,000 in some areas, okay? If it's new, yeah, 3,000 for a studio apartment. We definitely pay for the weather and a lot of other things. And speaking of that, I just tweeted today, I'm like, look, it's no secret that we pay for the weather, so the sun needs to show on up, okay, and give me my money's worth, because it ain't really been a lot of sun here lately, and that's what I'm paying for, and I want it. Anywho, so speaking of, and not to mention, you got to be willing to sacrifice as well. You got to be willing to downsize, do some things that you may have not done prior to get some things that you've never had. What was that? No. You do some things you've never done to get some things that you've never had. And I know all about that life. I just totally downsized for future projects because I knew the things that were available to me in the future. I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And I said, you know what? I'm getting ready to get out of this big, huge apartment that I was living in, 3 floors, in the right smack center of LA, and said, you know what, I'm downsizing to a studio apartment. That's what I'm in right now. Studio apartment, baby. And when I tell you it's small. But the thing is, I'm willing to downsize I'm willing to take a setback for my setup. I knew it. It's something I had to do because I see the future. I see the prosperity that's right in front of me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take a couple steps back right now to get that right there. You got to be willing to do that. See, a lot of people ain't willing to do that, and a lot of people ain't willing to tell you that either. You know, I'm willing to share that with you, because ain't no shame in my game. Ain't no shame in my game. Baby, I done lived in some of your top-notch apartments in this town. You hear me? Pools on the roof, exercise gyms on the roof, views that I can't even express, you know. But the thing is, I had those things, but I was struggling to keep it. Every day was a struggle. And, you know, I got tired of that. I was like, no, enough is enough. I'm totally downsizing. I'm going to keep some coins in my pocket, okay? Pay this little rent, which is still extremely high for this little studio. Pay it and have some coins in my pocket and be able to put those coins into my future projects and my businesses and things of that nature. So, you know, I had to be smart. And you've got to be smart in this grind. I already know the promise that God has given me, and I see it right there, and I'm going to get it. So guess what? If it takes me to downsize to a studio apartment right now to save a few coins in order to get more coins in the future, I'm going to do that. I'm willing to do that. So you got to be willing to step back and take a step back in order to take 10 steps forward. So that's what I'm doing right now, and ain't no shame in my game. So 5 years, again, me being here, and I made it over the 2-year hump, and I'm excited about that. But the thing is this, nobody knew the grind that was going on in the process of those 5 years. Not only was I grinding with social media and my brand, because baby, I wake up every single day, like, how can I elevate this brand? How can I move forward with this? You know, do the work, Della, do the work. But I also need to pay the bills, and the girl needs to eat. So I had a few side hustles, or street grinds. That's what I call them, street grinds. And one of them, I remember when Gary Vee posted a video. I don't know if you guys know Gary Vee. He's on Instagram. He's major now. He's had a few successes in social media and digital, and he gives all these inspiration videos. He's amazing. He's one of my faves. But about a few months ago, he did a video. He was with Charlemagne. And he was talking about, you know, if you want it bad enough, you got to go get it, and there's no excuses. You know, you can even go buy magazines and resell them on eBay. And when he said reselling, I was like, yes, because that's exactly what I had been doing, me and my daughter, a year prior. See, I'm going to give you a little gem. And see, that's why I said there's no excuses. Ain't no reason for nobody to be broke. I don't care what you say. Ain't no reason for nobody to be broke. Okay, the hustle is there, is if you want to go get it. The grind is there. You got to go and get it. So here's a gem for you. About a year ago, a year ago, my daughter and I would look at the Craigslist ads, and we would look at the free items, okay? And again, I live in LA, but they still got it popping in a whole other cities too. But we would look at the free ads, and they were giving away some gems, okay? A lot of people were foreclosing on homes. We would go get things out of there because they would be giving things away, and we would resell them. Not only on eBay, but we would post them back on Craigslist. So this is what we did. We would go get the item, put it back on on Craigslist, and resell it. And it was free. So basically all it cost us was gas money. So we did that one time. We really scored one time on some ink. My daughter called me. She was like, Mom, it's this business going out of sale. And they're like 2 minutes away from us. It's this PR company going out of sale. They're going out of business, and they're moving. And they're giving away all this stuff. And they had all the pictures up there. And I saw all this ink. And so I went in there. And she said, and I saw all this stuff. She was like, we need to come back here and get it. I need to come get you. And we need to come get all this ink. And we had to get this ink and come get it and put it back on Craigslist and resell it. I know you can do it, because see, if you didn't know, at one point in time when I lived in Texas, I did eBay for like 2 years, and I was making like $3 grand a month just off eBay. I was a major eBay seller at one time. I told you, the girl be hustling, the girl be grinding. I got plenty of grinds, okay? I just don't talk about it, you know, but I'm willing to share now because, you know, I've been there, done that. And so you got to make it through the grind sometime before you start sharing it. So back to the ink. So we went, my daughter and I, we went to the business that was going out of sale, going out of business rather, and they were giving away all their products. And they had all these like tons of ink cartridges, like, you know, laser printer ink cartridges. And they were new. Some of them were, most of them were never opened, okay? So what we did, we went and got them, picked them up, came back home. I took pictures. I'm gonna put the picture over here. Took pictures of it, put it back on Craigslist, and resold it. Baby, I think we sold that ink for $800 or maybe $1,000. But I tell you this, it ain't cost us but gas money, and I think it was like 5 minutes away, 3 minutes away, and I think the gas was like $2. So we came up on $800. But not only did we sell those type of things, yeah, we scored. We sold like bar stools that were brand new, because again, this was LA and they had some gems, baby. We would go up into the Hollywood Hills and go get things that they were giving away, and they would have them sitting out. They called them curbside. Like, we put them on curbside, you just come get it, baby. One lady was going out of business with she owned a vintage store, and she had so much stuff, and her mom lost the store. You know, now those are the things I hate, when people lose things. I was just like, oh, but they're giving it away, so why wouldn't you go get it, you know? So we went and got it, and we went and got a whole lot of items. I'm talking about good stuff. You hear me? Some of the things I kept for myself. Okay. But, and we resold it on Craigslist, okay? Like, and made money. You know, sometimes we would sell on eBay. eBay took a little longer. Craigslist was much faster for us because, again, we got it on Craigslist and we just put it back up there with a different price and resold it. We went and got it and put it up there. We got it for free, so we wasn't losing out on anything, right? So that's a gem for you right there. So, you know, if you're in your city or whatnot, you can try to do that as well. Again, don't be fooled by this social media grind. You got to have a street grind, baby. Street grind. If you really want this thing, you got to really invest in yourself and really believe that you can do it. You got to stay consistent every single day. Beat it. Beat the grind. I do it all day long. And trust me, I done fell off a couple times too. Hell yeah, I done fell off a couple times. Fell off that pony. I just dust myself back off and got back on. Okay? So I want to come talk to you about the grind. You can't cheat it. You got to do the work, serve people, stay consistent, and your day is coming. Trust me, it is coming. My day is coming, and when that day does come, it is going to be so delicious, baby, because I see it. You got to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you got to keep grinding, stay focused, keep people around you that have the same mentality. If you ain't got nobody around you that got the same hustle and same grind, they got to go. I don't care who they are, because they're stopping the flow. They're limiting the progress. They're stopping the flow. So you got to get them out the way. All right. So if you guys have any other questions about reselling, please hit me up. Hit me up on here on YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram or my Twitter. Everything's Della LaShawn except for my website. My website is foreverdella.com. But if you got any questions about reselling or anything like that, hit me up. I mean, I've been there, done that. You know, I still do it here and there sometime, because guess what? The money is there. It's all what you put into it. Oh, here's another one real quick. Before I go, let me tell y'all this. We used to go to the thrift stores here in LA. Now, there's this one thrift store. Let me give you this gem too. It's this one thrift store here in LA. It's on La Brea. Okay? And, La Brea. I can't think of the name of it. Why can't they? Oh my god. Rag something rag, whatever. Look it up, y'all. Look it up. But it's on La Brea. Every Sunday they have a dollar sale. Everything's $1 that they put out in all these baskets and barrels of stuff, and they wrap it up, and you know, they burst it open at a certain time, and everybody just goes through it. I think I did a video on it, Snapchat, and people was just hustling up. When I first went, I was like, oh my god, what is this? But honey, I got into it. So I would get dollar items, name brand, designer brand items from the dollar sale and resell them back on eBay, Craigslist, and what's the vintage website? You guys know, not Pinterest, I'll put it in a description below. But I would resell them on all these retail sites that, you know, where you can make money. And Poshmark, I think it was Poshmark. Or was it Poshmark? And I would resell them dollar items on Poshmark. And one item may sell for $30 or $100, you know. See, you can't have a limited mind like, oh, that ain't nothing, all that. No, see, when you add that 30 and that 30 and that 30 and that 30, come on now. You started out with nothing. You know what I mean? And it didn't really cost you anything. You're making a profit off the rip. So why wouldn't you do that, you know? So anyway, I wanted to give you some inspiration. Social media grind versus the street grind, baby. You need the street grind. Get the street grind popping. Don't let this social media fool you and thinking that's all you can do. No, baby. Get in the street. Do what you need to do. Grind that thing out. Pay your bills. Be able to eat. Do what you need to do. And also work on your brand and your social media grind in the process. Because most people aren't going to tell you to do those things. You got to want it. You got to eat. And you got to constantly grind. Because I'm doing the same thing. So, anyway, wanted to come to you guys and talk to you about that. This video is long. We at, oh God, 14 minutes. Anyway, love you guys. Keep grinding. Peace.